Hey guys, Matthew chapter 16, verse 19, Jesus said to his disciples, I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. And whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. That is a mouthful. And when Jesus says, I will or I shall, these are the greatest affirmations that there are. I mean, being who it is and that he is the embodiment of absolute truth, you can be confident in what he's saying. And when he says he's going to give you the keys to the kingdom of heaven, you stop and go, well, whatever that is, it's going to be good, because the person who's saying it and the kingdom of heaven is a beautiful atmosphere and a wonderful, environment. So then it's like, but we'll continue. And then he says it has to do with authority. He says, whatever you bind or forbid on earth, it will have been bound or forbidden in heaven. And whatever you loose on earth shall have been loosed in heaven. So one of the keys to the kingdom is knowing him and then looking at his word and actually discovering what his will is. And then learning and discerning good and evil from God's point of view and that original intent that he had before Adam and Eve succumbed to the temptation of Satan and ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, where it skewed all of our perspectives and messed all of humanity up. But Jesus is coming back to reclaim things. What does it say in Colossians chapter 1, verse 13? I want to get the wording right here. He rescued us from the domain of darkness and transferred us to the kingdom of his beloved Son. Rescue, transfer. Did you hear that? He rescued us. Look, rescue is a big deal. Look it up in the dictionary. Read the first definition, the second definition. Read in the thesaurus all of the synonyms. Read the antonyms for rescue. Just do a little word study on the word rescue. He rescued me. He redeems our life from the pit. Jesus reclaimed fallen humanity from its fall and brought us back out of failure into a right standing with God. This is good news. And when he says to the disciples at Caesarea Philippi, I'm going to give you the keys to the kingdom of heaven, he's also talking about restoring authority. And we're not going to go binding things that heaven doesn't want us to bind. And we're not going to go loosing things that heaven doesn't want us to loose, because we become focused on him and he starts revealing himself to us. And then we start thinking differently, better. We start thinking in line with the Bible. We start to see the values God places on things, the parameters he places around things. And I think about Philippians chapter 2, where it says that we're to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. And you could just stop there and it sounds pretty sobering, and it is, but it says, it says, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, for it is God who is at work in you, both to will and to work for his good pleasure. So what would God want us to bind? What would God want us to loose? Well, I think he'd want us to loose the blessings of God to go into the world. He'd want us to bind the attacks and the strategies of the devil. I believe in a rapture of the church and the second coming of Jesus. And because Christians are the salt of the earth and the light of the world, we are prohibitive. We're holding back darkness in the land because we're the light of the world and we're to pray. And he's given us the keys to the kingdom. So as long as we're here, it disrupts certain satanic strategies. But man, eventually there will be a gathering up, a catching away. That's when there'll be a great tribulation in the world like the world had never seen before. So anyway, I don't want to go too far down that path, but just to say, the Lord has given us the keys to the kingdom. And so let's learn about it. Let's take action on it and use those keys. I forgot my keys. Where are they? Here they are right here. There are the keys. God bless you.